Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Brian Gilbert, riding solo here this afternoon as I look at this two-game slate on Monday, May 12th, and then the one game on Tuesday, May 13th. Going to be going through the game, some player props, some Conn Smythe stuff here. So kind of a quicker one, but wanted to get something out for you guys for this Monday and Tuesday slate. Series are heating up now. Had some good action over the weekend. A few classic games, a few last second wins there by the Golden Knights, and a few not necessarily close games on Sunday, but Panthers taking a 2-0 win to get that one to 2-2. Top of the show here. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Hit that bell so you know when we go live. You don't miss anything here. Make sure you subscribe on Apple and Spotify as well. Leave us a 5-star rating and review there. Helps the show grow. Appreciate of that. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and go follow us on Twitter. Yeah, going to start right here. This game puck drop is in 3 hours exactly, pretty much. We got the Washington Capitals plus 225 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 278. Huge favorite here for the Hurricanes. If you're looking at the puck line, you got the Canes on the puck line minus 115. Capitals plus 101.5 is minus 105, and total 5.5. Under slightly favored at minus 112 with the over at minus 108. Once again, Capitals just getting absolutely no respect here on the road. Plus 225. It's as high as plus 240 right now out there. I mean, I think that's the only way you can potentially look in this game is for the Capitals. Like, yeah, Carolina has been the much better team for the majority of the series. Dominated game one, took that one to overtime though. Game two, Capitals got the win. Big power play goal for each side there in the 3-1 win for Washington with the empty netter. And then game three in Carolina, 4-0 win for Carolina. But that was a closer game than the score suggests. It was scoreless for a while. Carolina got one in the second period. Then they got a power play goal late in the second period, take a 2-0 lead. And, they're a team that's able to hold the lead pretty well. But looking at that game, yeah, Carolina dominated shot attempts 66-39, shots on goal 22-17 at 5-on-5. But looking kind of deeper into that, looking at the high danger scoring chances, Capitals had 12 to the Hurricanes 10, and for the expected goals, Capitals had 2.4 to the Hurricanes 1.73. So both goaltenders came up huge in that game. Logan Thompson, Freddie Anderson have been two of the best goalies in the playoffs in terms of their save percentages. But we know Freddie Anderson. We know he's not going to be that good for the entirety of the playoffs. We also know he tends to get hurt a lot easier than other goalies. So with the Capitals, it seems to maybe find something there. But even so, like Carolina's as minus 300 at some books right now, minus 305, minus 285, minus 275, 278 here on DraftKings. Like it's way too high for a second round series here, especially in a series where we already saw the Capitals win a game. Yes, that was at home. Yes, Carolina is much better at home than they are on the road, but Carolina's not a team that's going to be able to put away the opposition. And they're not going to put up 4 or 5 goals and run away easily, especially against Logan Thompson playing the way he is. And Washington, I mean, Ovi was held off the score sheet in game one, did not record a shot on goal, but he's had 7 over the past 2 games. So I like his shots on goal props. Maybe a goal for him as well. Capitals power play is 1 for 7 on the series, multiple chances in every game. So looking at Strome, looking at Ovechkin for props. We'll get into that after this, but in Capitals plus 225. Maybe just wait for puck drop. This line just keeps going up, and this is a game where take the plus 1.5, minus 105. You might be able to find even money out there somewhere. Yeah, plus 1.5 even money right now at Caesars. Like that's incredible for how many of these games have been close. How many of these games in these playoffs have gone to overtime? Like, and you see down there that draw number plus 390. It was plus 400 right before I came on to record. So went down 10 cents there, but that's still way too high for, how close these games are going to be. Not going to be much room for either the Hurricanes or Capitals to open things up. So I'm seeing another low scoring game. Love the under 5.5 at minus 112. There haven't been more than 4 goals in a game, 4-0 with a late power play goal, 3-1 with the empty netter, and then 2-1 in overtime. Like there just has not been many goals at all. Like there's been a total of 11 goals through 3 games. It just doesn't. I'm kind of shocked this hasn't gone down more. It was minus 120 last night. Now it's minus 112. I thought maybe it would go down to a 5, but I guess, Washington is capable of scoring. Carolina has a few guys going for them, Svechnikov, Aho, especially on the top line there. But even as one of I've been a huge Hurricane supporter over the past, since this podcast has started pretty much, but I can't take them here minus 278. So yeah, gotta go Capitals plus 225. Like if I was betting this, maybe throw half unit, quarter unit on that, half unit, full unit on the plus 1.5, minus 105. And then the under. This is a game where I'd consider doing a Capitals plus 1.5, under 5.5. That's a get you to plus 192. DraftKings doesn't allow you to do this next one, but a plus 2.5, under 6.5. It covers you if there's one empty netter. If 3-1, 4-2, you're able to cover that 2.5, get the under 6.5. That's probably at plus odds. Going to try to find a book right now that might be offering that. But yeah, I think that's going to be a low scoring game, a close game, and all it takes is a bounce of the puck for the Capitals to win this one, and they're skilled enough to do that. They're talented. Spencer Carberry is a Jack Adams finalist for a reason here, so yeah, I like that plus 2.5, under 6.5. Trying to build it here on Bet 365. If this will let me, plus 2.5 is minus 240. And then you add in the under there, and you get to where's the under at? Under 6.5 gets you to minus 110. So yeah, minus 110 for it to be another low scoring game. As long as the Hurricanes don't pull away. They pulled away last game for nothing, but I think that's a one-off. First game back at home, 2 for 2 on the power play. I see the Capitals coming alive here. Maybe not winning it, but keeping it close enough. And they should not be plus 225 underdogs here. As for some player props for this one, I mentioned OV shots on goal. 3 plus is 225. I know DraftKings is offering a profit boost on same game parlays with a minus 250 leg minimum. I'd maybe take a look at that. OV 3 plus minus 225, maybe 4 plus 115. He's going to want to get his team going there. And especially if this game goes to overtime, like that could definitely rack up the shots on goal there. But Dylan Strom plays on that top line with Ovi. He was great at home all season long. He's minus 150 to get a point. You can get that at minus 138 on DraftKings. I would recommend that. Or you can just take him to get an assist. An assist for Dylan Strom is at plus 115, plus 124 at FanDuel. I think that's a good plus odds look. He's had an assist there in game 2 at home. I think if the Capitals get on the board, Strome is definitely going to be involved. And kind of similar thing for the Hurricanes. Looking at those top guys, Sebastian Aho to get an assist is plus 110. He's had an assist and he had 4 games against the Devils. Game 2 there against the Capitals before it was more depth scoring there in game 3. But I mean, Aho to get a point is going to be minus 190, or an assist, which is what he primarily does. He does score a bit, but plus 110 for an assist, I think, is the way I would go there. He has an assist in 6 of his last 10 games, 46% on the season, and he has been better at home as well. So I like Aho to get a point, to get an assist there. And then Andrei Svechnikov, another guy going to be looking at for shots on goal. 3 plus minus 160, a little bit juicy. 4 plus 155, but I think I'd be willing to take that 3 plus at minus 160. He's leading goal scorer right now. I think he has 39 shots on goal in 8 games that the Hurricanes have played. Yeah, he has 29 shots on goal in 8 games. It's the 10th most in the playoffs, and some of those players above him have played 9 or 10 games. So he's been firing the puck quite a bit. 6 goals there as well. So if you're looking for a goal scorer, I mean, you got OV plus 155, Svechnikov plus 185, going down here a bit. Tom Wilson, net front on the power play, plus 265 there as well. Taylor Hall's been showing up here in spots for the Canes, plus 310. Alexi Protas, I'm not sure if he's back on the top line yet. He is back on that top line now with Ovi and Strom, so that's a good look there as well. Plus 380. Did have the lone goal, or the only goal, yeah, 3-1 goal against the Canes in the prior game. So yeah, plus 380 there. Jordan Martinook, plus 550. He's always in front, getting stuff going. So yeah, look at some of these long shot goal scorer bets maybe if you're looking for something fun there. But Capitals here I think has to be the play on the money line. Same thing on the puck line, and then the under as well. And then going over to look at the series market for this. I mean, it's a 2-1 lead for the Canes. Understandable. They're going to be favorites, especially at home, but minus 550, getting the Caps at 4-1. I mean, if they win this game, go back home. They have home ice advantage again. Just win game 5, win game 7, and they win the series. So I don't mind taking the stab at 4-1. You see that well, we'll see in a little bit, but I'll mention it now that the Golden Knights are in a very similar spot to the Capitals, and they're plus 210, and the Oilers are minus 260 with both our 2-1 series lead there. So obviously, the market loves the Hurricanes. They're the favorite in the East right now. I think they're favorite for the Cup at some spots with the Stars there. So Caps plus 1.5 games, even 2-1. Like they can force this to go 7. Caps plus 2.5 games, plus one minus 175. They have to get one more win, and I think they definitely win Game 5. So I'm going to be zigzagging for Game 5, especially if the Canes take a 3-1 series lead, just because there's a lot of value here on underdogs. I feel like in the playoffs, yeah, it's a very best team does not always win. We've seen that time and time again in these playoffs. So take the underdog, take the value, and if you're live betting, maybe able to find a middle there as well. All right, of course, make sure you check out the SGPN merch store. The DGen line of gear is live in the merch store. And to celebrate, we're taking 20% off everything with the promo code DGens. Make sure you check out all the Hockey Gambling Podcast merch in there as well. Some great stuff there. Before we get to the next game on Monday night, make sure you guys check out Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees and no minimums, and you can earn cash back rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. So sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And the Preakness is just around the corner, and there's no better time to get on the action than with Naira Bets. Sign up today using promo code SGPN200 and score a $200 deposit match bonus. Don't wait. Head to nyrabets.com/SGPN200 and claim your $200 deposit match bonus today. That's nyrabets.com/SGPN200. And Underdog just launched their new game Ladders. Win up to 500 times watching your favorite players climb the ladder. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That's UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. Right then, the late game here on Monday night, 9:30, 9:50, whenever puck drop is going to be. We got the Vegas Golden Knights plus 100 at the Edmonton Oilers minus 120, minus 135 for over 6.5, plus 114 for under 6.5 here. What a finish there was there on Saturday night in Edmonton. Riley Smith putting the puck on net. Leon Draisaitl, unfortunately, putting it in the net with just before the final buzzer. Of course, Connor McDavid tied the game just a few minutes prior. Looked like we were going to be heading to overtime again, but no. Golden Knights came out with the victory there, a much-needed victory. Could not fall behind 3-0 on the road. That probably would have, ended their season. I know Vegas is a very resilient team, but they definitely needed to get on the board there in Edmonton. And we got the over with the 4-3. Game 1 is the only one that didn't go over. It was a 4-2 final. Then that 5-4 overtime win for Edmonton. Then, yeah, we saw the 4-3 game there on Saturday. So not surprised to see the over 6.5 at minus 135, especially with how Aiden Hill has been playing and with Stu Skinner back in there again for the Oilers. And, McDavid, Draisaitl, they're clicking. Jack Eichel's been on fire. Pavel Dorofeyev is back on that top power play unit tonight as well. Looks like Mark Stone is going to play. He skated this morning. Game time decision, but I imagine he'll tough it out for this one. So they got Dorofeyev, Olofsson on the wings of Hurdle, and then Stone Barbashev up there with Eichel. And then William Karlsson's been a big player for them up on that top line. And then now again on the third line, adding some much needed depth to the Golden Knights. That's how they're going to beat the Edmonton Oilers. And hopefully we see a better game out of Alex Pietrangelo again here. He's back. McNabb's playing. So they got their three pairs of ends there on the back end. So I mean, this podcast has been heavy on the Golden Knights all season long, and I don't think I'm going to change here. Underdog plus 100 on the road. Haven't been great on the road this season, 24 and 21, but we did see them come out with that big win on Saturday, and I expect similar here tonight. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game. My best bet would definitely be that over 6.5 minus 135. Maybe sprinkle a few correct scores, 3-3, 4-4, 5-4, if you want to ladder up that over as well, because should be a ton of goals here with both offenses clicking. You got Aiden Hill not playing up to his standard, and then Stu Skinner is in there again. We'll see if he's able to come back and lead the Oilers to the Cup final like he did last year after getting benched and put back in. But I mean that's it's the Oilers. It's the Oilers. It's McDavid and Draisaitl. If they're going, they're going to be going. And also that second line has been good for them as well. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Zach Hyman and Evander Kane. Kane didn't do as much there on Saturday, which hence the reason, part of the reason why Vegas was able to come out victorious. But I mean, that game was very even. Shot attempts 46-45 for Vegas, 21-17 shots on goal, expected goals 2.15 to 2.28, scoring chances 22-19. Like, this has been a pretty even series there after Edmonton just dominated game one. And then game two was closer. Then game three was really close. Looked like another overtime game was coming. So draw plus 320, probably what draw should. No, it's probably a little bit higher than what draw should be in these overtimes. Probably should be around 3-1. So I'll be taking that. I'll be taking overtime in pretty much every game the rest of the way in these playoffs, as long as they're giving us these prices. Should be profitable over the long run there. For a side, got to go with my Knights. Maybe a plus 2.5 over 5.5, or plus 1.5 over 5.5. Let me see what a plus 1.5 over 6.5 gets you to plus 148. Like, I feel like that's a fairly safe bet there. Get you a Knights, if they lose in overtime, 1-goal game if they win, and it should be going over. It did open at a 7, I believe, but down to 6.5 everywhere now. Maybe we'll see a 7 by puck drop, but I don't think there's a way you can take an under in this series. As for some props, we got Hal in the chat here. Carlson point at plus 110. I'll take that any day. Yeah, that's one of the guys. Definitely looking at William Karlsson here. He's stepping up. Wild Bill stepping up in the playoffs. Where is he at on plus 120 here on DraftKings? Even better. So I'll be all over that. Also for the Golden Knights, not listed here due to his injury, but Mark Stone is minus 150 to get a point on BetMGM. He has a point. He had a point in 5 straight games before leaving game 3 early in Edmonton. Had 2 points in game 1 and game 2, and also in the deciding game against Minnesota. So, I mean, 2 points for Mark Stone is going to be not available out there yet, but if he's confirmed in, they add some props later. Maybe look for a Eichel Stone point stack with 2 points, even with Eichel and Stone both to get 2 points. We've seen that plenty of times before. What's Barbashev at to get a point? Because he's had his chances. Plus 130 to get a point for Barbashev. What's he to score? Like, he has to get something going at some point. Plus 350 to score on that top line with Eichel and Stone. Don't think he's on the power play though. On the second power play with Karlsson, Olofsson, Hannafin, and Pietrangelo. So don't hate that at plus 350 for a top line player to score. Similarly, Corey Perry down to plus 250 for a goal after having 2 goals there on game 3. We cashed our Corey Perry to have 2 goals and 3 goals in the series there. He's still, he's still on the right wing on the top line, still net front on that first power play unit. So love Perry there to get a goal. Plus 250, it's come down a bit, but still think that's pretty good. Let me see what Perry is for a power play point. Because you got McDavid plus 120, Draisaitl plus 130, Bouchard 2-1, Nugent Hopkins plus 280, and then Corey Perry plus 390. He's on the top power play unit. You can get a puck bouncing off of him, or he throws it on net and it bounces in off of somebody. Like plus 390, I think is pretty good there for power play points. And while I'm looking at that power play points, let me look at Vegas here. It's been Jack Eichel running the show for them, plus 170. Shea Theodore at the point, plus 260. Stone, plus 270. Dorofeyev, plus 360, though, would be my favorite power play point prop. He's going to be on that right side where Olofsson scored 2 goals the other game. So plus 360 for Dorofeyev, plus 360 for Hurdle. He's also had chances right in front that he's just absolutely missed. So you see Olofsson down at plus 470 now on the second unit. So gonna stick with those top unit guys. But yeah, don't go for McDavid, Draisaitl plus 120, plus 130, or even Eichel plus 170. Try to get some of these longer guys. Wager less on them for the same return, or wager the same amount for more return. Whatever your risk assessment is there. Also looking at that Edmonton second line, you can get Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to get a point at minus 140 here. He's minus 118 elsewhere. He has a point in 7 straight games, including 2 points in game 2 against Vegas. That second line has been fantastic. He is on that top power play unit in the slot-ish. They do move around quite a bit, so he definitely has a chance to get a point. Love that around minus 118 at FanDuel, minus 135 here, minus 140 at other books. Him to get an assist is plus 154 at FanDuel as well. Most of his points have been assists in 4 straight, 5 of his past 6. So I like that at plus 154 for Nuge. And then Jack Eichel, assist, minus 135. He's setting these guys up left and right. He just needs someone to finish. He has an assist now in 6 straight games. He had 3 assists there in game 2. So maybe look for 2 assists at plus 390. Jack Eichel is going to have his team going. He's looking good. He just needs some sort of support there on the top line. Looking at those top guys for both sides there. Looking at this series, though, we got Edmonton minus 260 and Vegas at plus 210. It's basically whichever team you like in this game. I think if Vegas takes this game and goes back home and is able to take a 3-2 lead there in game 5, then it's their series. I mean, they have shown they can shut down Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid until McDavid absolutely embarrassed Eichel in overtime there. But shouldn't even got that far because they had a 5-minute power play. Possibly should have had a power play for Vegas as well. Looking at the spread, Vegas Golden Knights minus 1.5 at plus 750 games. Like if they can win in 6. They can rattle off 3 in a row there. That could be a decent look if you're a Knights believer. If you don't have Knights futures, Knights plus 1.5 though, plus 110. If it goes to game 7, you're good. If they win it in 6, you're good. That might be my favorite way to play the Knights right now, is that plus 1.5 games, plus 110. But yeah, I'm not going to lay minus 260 on Stuart Skinner to win this series. It's just not going to happen. Series total games, plus 150 for 6, plus 165 for 7. Knights in 6 is plus 750. Knights in 7 is plus 380. That's probably the way I'd look. Knights in 7, if you're looking for something there. Hal in the chat asking if I like Bouchard at all for props tonight. Bouchard's been very, very up and down. He had, two points in game 1, no points in game 2, then 2 points again there in game 3. Wouldn't mind him for a power play point. Wouldn't mind him for maybe a few shots on goal. Let me look at his game log overall here. Last game, 2 assists, 2 shots. How many shot attempts did he have though? That's kind of more important than how many shots got on goal. I mean, unless for betting wise there. He had 5 total shot attempts, but game 2, I mean, in that overtime game, he had 11 shot attempts, 3 shots on goal, no points though in that one. Game 1, 2 assists, 4 shot attempts, 1 shot on goal. Bouchard assist might be the way I would be looking here at that minus 111. Don't really love that actually looking at his game log. He's very, very feast or famine. So maybe take a 2 assists at plus 470. Maybe take a look at some 2 points, whatever that would be at. That is at plus 300. Yeah, that might be the way I look is Bouchard. 2 points there at plus 300. He is better at home. Let me look at his splits this season, home on the road. Um, so this season, 41 home games, 41 road games. Actually, 34 points at home, 33 on the road, 104 shots at home, 131 on the road. So, you know, maybe it's recency bias there that he's a little bit better at home. Maybe, with teams locking in on them. But yeah, his 2 big games in the first round, 2 goals at home in game 3, 2 goals at home in game 4. And then he has 2 assists there in game 3 on Saturday night. So yeah, Bouchard, two assists or 2 points might be the way to look if you're looking for a Bouchard option there. But yeah, for the series, I like the Knights still. Plus 210, not a bad option. Plus 1.5 games, plus 110. Or just keep betting it game by game because looking at the Golden Knights, they were, minus 129, minus 136 in games 1 and 2. You're getting even money here. They're not going to be huge favorites against Edmonton. The market respects them too much. So, yeah, going to keep betting this one game by game. Hopefully, the Knights can pull it out for us. All right, let's look at some Conn Smythe options for the games tonight. I'm sharing this tab here. You got Rantanen. Looking just at the favorites, Rantanen plus 460, McDavid 6-1, Freddie 10, Leon 14, Barkov 18, Aho 20. But looking at tonight's matchups, I don't know. I don't like the Capitals or Canes to win the cup, but I feel like Freddie Anderson, if the Canes do win the cup at 10-1, he's going to be the guy there. But also Aho 20-1. And my guy, I keep pushing Svechnikov here at 30-1. He led the team in goals in the first round. He's been shooting a bunch, as I mentioned. So that would be how I would take the Canes if you want a Canes Conn Smythe guy. Take Svechnikov now. Freddie Anderson, he's too injury prone. Maybe if you can get him at a better number after a loss, you can be worth it. But Svechnikov at 30-1 would be my guy for the Hurricanes. And then for the Capitals, Logan Thompson, 55-1. Ovechkin is down at 85-1. I think if the Capitals win it, Ovechkin has to go on a run. So 85-1, not a bad option there. Dylan Strome, 110-1. I'm not sure what his path would be to getting points without Ovi getting credit as well. But I think it just has to be Logan Thompson as well, 55-1. But I mean, this is a team where you look at their cup odds, you can get them 29-1 on FanDuel right now. Like that's, if you want to bet the Capitals, that's the way I would do it, or just take them game by game because the market does not respect them against the Hurricanes. They're not going to respect them against the Leafs or the Panthers or whoever comes out of the West. If they get that far, and then here, Edmonton obviously got McDavid 6-1, Draisaitl 14-1. It would have to be McDavid. The Oilers are 4-1 to win the cup, so you're getting $2 more for McDavid. And we saw last year he can lose and still win it. So that would be how I would look at the Oilers. Let me make sure there's no real path for Draisaitl. I guess the only path for Draisaitl is if McDavid gets hurt. But yeah, McDavid 16 points, only 3 goals. Draisaitl 15 points, 5 goals. Like I think just McDavid gets it again if the Oilers win it or make the cup final there. But before we move on to Tuesday, we are brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Dominate the NBA playoffs and MLB prop market with Rhythm. Building your own model is simple and easy. Rhythm knows you'll love it. That's why they include a 7-day free trial. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now. Monthly subscription, 25% off with promo code SGPN25, or annual 50% off with promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And mybookie.ag is your place to bet on every sports plus prop for every game. And for the true DGens, you have the MyBookie money bag. But MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. You can't forget the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away a ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their stay. A 2-night stay with 6 double king rooms at the Circa Resort and Casino. You can hold their draft at a cabana at Stadium Swim with a $5,000 food and beverage credit, limo transportation to and from the airport, a welcome party at the Legacy Club for the league, a reservation at the world's largest sportsbook with $500 beverage credit, and a 2-hour open bar package for the league at Overhang Bar. You can enter now from now till June 30th. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. All right, going over to Tuesday here. Only one game on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Got the Winnipeg Jets plus 124 at the Dallas Stars minus 148. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105. Stars went home. Hellebuck went on the road, and we saw what we expected from Connor Hellebuck. He just has not been the same goalie on the road whatsoever. Rupe Hintz getting a power play goal early on. Kyle Connor tying it up there midway through the first, but Harley giving the Stars a lead late in the first. Niederreiter tying it up, but Stars just pulling away in the third period, including that controversial kick from Alex Petrovic, but Mikko Rantanen, gave them some cushion after that, and then Wyatt Johnston for the 5-2 decision. Once again, just Connor Hellebuck going on the road, not being good at all. This season, during the regular season, he had a .938 save percentage at home and a .911 on the road. So far in these playoffs, at St. Louis, 6 goals, at St. Louis, 5 goals, at St. Louis, 5 goals, at Dallas, 5 goals. So, and even going back to last playoffs, at Colorado, 5-4. Year before that, 4-5-1 at Vegas. Like, if it's not a white out there, he just cannot. He can't lock in. He can't see the puck. I'm not sure what's happening there. So I mean, Stars and the over. That's what I took for puck bucks bets last time. Like the Stars minus 148, but you get a game parlay. Stars over 5.5 plus 180. You get a team total for the Stars over 2.5 minus 200, over 3.5 plus 115, over 4.5 plus 265. Like that's just what the Jets have been allowing with Connor Hellebuck in net. So I feel like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And you got Mikko Rantanen going, Jason Robertson starting to get his legs back a bit. I don't think there's been any news on Miro Heiskanen as of yet. Oh, apparently he's still on pace to return versus the Jets, according to Pete DeBoer. I'm still sticking by what I projected, that we would see him in the second round, he said, during optional practice today. So yeah, we'll see if he's back for that. But even if he's not, it's just this Stars team is so deep. We saw the Jets go on the road in St. Louis and get beat up by a team that doesn't really have the offensive firepower that the Stars do. And then we saw the Stars put up 5 on them on Sunday night. So that's the only way you can possibly look here is Stars minus 148. Stars in the puck line plus 180. Like I think that might be an even smarter play. I mean, look at the Stars home wins: 5-2, 4-2 over Colorado, 6-2 over Colorado, and then that game 2 overtime win against the Avs. But and then you look at the Jets on the road: 7-2, 5-1, 5-2, 5-2 in their 4 road games. Like minus 1.5. What's minus 2.5 here? Like that would be kind of crazy to take in a playoff game, but minus 2.5 plus 420 blaze it. Like you gotta maybe even sprinkle that a bit. Like the Stars here are showing that they're real deal. They're Stanley Cup favorites for a reason. They're at plus 330 right now. Plus 360 is the best you can get. Jake Ottinger has been locked in. You got the Otters better chance. You got the broadcast talking about who's going to be the starting goalie in the Olympics for Team USA, but it's just Dallas at every aspect of the game. They're better than the Jets right now. The Jets, we saw what they can do at home in the 4-0 shutout win in game 2, but they're not as good on the road. And I think Dallas takes a 3-1 series lead here. And, probably the Jets get one back in game 5, make it 3-2, and then the Stars win it in 6. But yeah, for this game, Stars minus 148 is going to be the way I am looking at this one. Looking for some props. Mikko Rantanen has been the guy to get 2 points, plus 165 here, 155 here. You can get plus 172 at other books. I mean, why stop at 2 though? He's had 3 points in 5 of his last 6 games. 3 points, you can get plus 550, 6 to 1 at some books there. So Rantanen 2 points, Rupe Hintz 2 points is plus 420 here at DraftKings. I have to imagine that's better at a Bet365 is where I've been doing some point stacks. So Mikko Rantanen, keep riding that train there. Mikko Rantanen goal is plus 140 on FanDuel. Got plus 125 here on DraftKings. Scored there in game 3. Scored in every game in his past 6, besides that shutout loss in Winnipeg. So keep riding that Mikko. Keep riding the Moose. The Moose is loose. Power play point plus 145. Don't love that at a low price, but that power play has been absolutely clicking. You can get a Rantanen plus 140. Hintz plus 230, Wyatt Johnston plus 260. Like don't mind those. Going for the longer shot guys is the way I've been trying to target that here in the playoffs. As for the Jets, there's not a lot I like, but Nikolai Ehlers has been shooting the puck a bit since getting healthy and returning. He's had 3, 5, 2, 7, and 3 shots on goal in his 5 games in the playoffs here. And for him to get 3 shots on goal, you can get minus 160. Last game, he had 3 shots on goal on as many attempts, but game before that, 13 attempts, 7 shot attempts in game 1. So see him firing the puck for some shots on goal props, but just riding the Stars here, ride Mikko Rantanen for as long as you can. And then for the series here, you see Stars are rightfully pretty big favorites in this one with a 2-1 lead at home. They are minus 320. Jets are plus 260 here. Stars in 6, which is what I said before, is going to be plus 220. I think I'd just rather bet it game by game at that point. Like I don't want to have my money tied up for that long. You don't know what injuries are going to happen. You don't know if Hellebuck turns into a brick wall again. So if it's a longer price, if you're comfortable laying that plus 220 for potentially a week here, go ahead. But and just betting it game by game is going to be the way I do it. We saw the Stars as slight underdogs in Winnipeg, plus 102 and plus 123, minus 142 in game 3, and then minus 148 here in game 4. So they're not going to be the minus 270 we see from the Hurricanes tonight. All right, Conn Smythe for these two teams. I mean, it's pretty easy. You got Rantanen at plus 460, or you have Hellebuck at 50-1. Kyle Connor's 44-1, but I'll say it again: if the Jets win the Stanley Cup, it's going to take Connor Hellebuck going on a run, having a few shutouts, and he has bad numbers right now. He has pretty awful numbers right now. Actually, his save percentage 848. So maybe he can't come back from that, and Connor would be the guy for the Jets at 44-1. But I just don't see the Jets winning the Cup. You can get them 20-1 for the Cup. Like, sure, if you're a Winnipeg fan, if you want a fun bet to ride out, maybe take one of those. But Scheifele 80-1, maybe. I can't really recommend any of that though. Rantanen at plus 460 seems like the only option for the Stars. He's leading the playoffs, 9 goals, 9 assists for 18 points in 10 games. Rupe Hintz has 10 points on his line. So, Rantanen at plus 460 when you can get the Stars best at plus 360. So you're getting $1 there to bet the Conn Smythe instead of the Stanley Cup. And who knows? Maybe the Stars lose and Mikko Rantanen has a Connor McDavid-like playoffs against a team that doesn't have a clear Conn Smythe winner, and he's able to win it as the losing team. I'm not sure if the voters would do that in back-to-back years when it's not Connor McDavid, but I mean, crazier things have happened there. So, so for tonight, looking at the Capitals money line, Capitals puck line, and the under there. Like the Knights and the over in the late game. And then tomorrow, I like the Stars and the over. All right, it's going to about do it here. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube so you see when we go live. Subscribe on Apple and Spotify as well. Leave some comments on YouTube. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite long shot bets, long future bets are here. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. We should be back with a full show either Tuesday night or our normal Wednesday evening there. Keep a lookout for that. But yeah, I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop. See ya.